Welcome back to Tech Gumbo here on Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Cade Wazan sitting in with the guys from Gulf South Technology Solutions. Haggai Davis here, but we have a special guest in studio right now. Haggai, if you don't mind, let our audience know who they'll be hearing from.
Actually, we have two guests in studio with us today. We have Eric Romero, who's the interim director of IS Information Services for Baton Rouge, and also Warren Kron. He's the GIS manager. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Good afternoon, guys.
So, what's the news of the day with the city parish government?
So, Haggai, we were on earlier this year talking about the launch of our Open Data BR website. That website's just making data more accessible, to the public. Open Data BR has been very well received at the local, regional, and even the national level. And this week we launched a new mapping portal. Last week we launched a new website that gives the public an easy and clear access to the city parish budget. But both these projects are a continuation of Mayor Holden's push to enhance how we engage the citizens using technology and digital platforms.
So you guys have been busy.
Absolutely.
That's a good thing. So tell us about the map portal.
Thanks, Haggai. So the map portal is designed to enhance the public's access to the City Parish Geographic Information System, or our location-based data. The portal is meant to disseminate complex mapping data in a way that citizens, businesses, and other city parish departments can use it better to understand the government services that we're providing. It's putting the power of the data in the hands of the public and the decision makers. So, as well as doing that, it also helps to eliminate some of the data silos that we have throughout city parish government. And as an example, that some city parish departments have already taken advantage of the capabilities of this map portal, such as the sanitary infrastructure group, who in the past have had to carry out rolls and rolls of paper maps to the field to do their inspections or repairs to the sewer system. Now they can simply use their iPad or their mobile phone to look up the maps right there on the spot using real-time and accurate data.
That's cool.
And that's important to note that it's real time, because when they would print these map books in the past, as soon as they'd print them, they were out of date. The next change that came in, those map books were out of date. They'd have to print them again or print sections of them. Now, as soon as it's updated in our GIS system, it's accessible from those mobile devices.
And I'm guessing that's a pretty big cost savings too for each department.
Absolutely.
So what else you got?
The other thing, so with this new platform, it runs on what we call GIS web services, which are direct feeds from our central repository where all the data is stored. And that again, is providing authoritative data to not only the internal users, but the public. And so it's a way of opening up access to the data to improve our services.
Is it fast?
Yes. Yeah, it's responsive.
So so I go on the website and it's just I can get to it going to brgov.com.
You can get to it from the homepage or just gis.brla.gov.
Awesome. So I get in there, I click around, I pick an address, and I can start finding out information real time about what I'm looking for.
That's correct.
Man, that's cool. So, anybody else around here in Louisiana doing this yet?
I believe the city of New Orleans has a similar site.
They're trying to get up to it, or we're first, right?
We probably have the most content out there, no doubt. Yeah.
What's unique about ours, and one of the things that we're most proud of, is the amount of data that we have out there and the accuracy of the data. That's big. Having the bells and whistles are nice, but the amount of data is extremely important.
We're speaking with our guest, Eric Romero, and Warren
Kron.
Guys, if you a lot of this seems like it's very beneficial from a business standpoint, from people in the city. What about for Joe Public? I know you've explained a little bit. Maybe kind of kick it back a little bit. Joe Public, how can they benefit from this information, this data?
Let me speak to that. So as part of this new site, new portal, we also developed a few lookup tools. So you can very quickly look up by an address or subdivision name from our property lookup and get over 30 or 40 different details about that property just from a couple clicks. We also have lookup tools for council district and sales tax and such.
And that property information, you could learn what your council member is, your voting district, your how it's zoned,
The land use.
So if I put in my address, is my name going to pop up?
No, it's just property information.
Just property information.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So it really paints a better picture of where you are in the parish. When you think, okay, I'm in district whatever, and you don't really know the visual aspect of that, you really get a better idea here.
Yes.
That's correct.
That's what the beauty of the maps can provide to you.
So what was the process that y'all had to go through to get to this point?
This all started really 1 year ago. We sat down with 15 departments within City Parish, from your public safety, the public works, all these guys, and we held a series of discovery workshops with them to get their input. We also worked with our consultants to help kind of guide the process. And we took all this information and developed a strategic plan to implement. And a year later, this map portal that we released is probably like the biggest product of all that work.
And I'm sure pulling all 15 departments in at one time was pretty easy, wasn't it?
It was challenging, but we had great turnout.
Good.
Yeah.
And that's expanded now. We have a monthly enterprise GIS team meeting that we now have over 40 attendees.
Regular attendees.
And it's branched out to the sheriff and the district attorney, cities of Central.
Yes.
So it's really good participation, and that's one of the things that I'm most proud of, is that we got all of these folks back in talking and sharing ideas to see how this data can help them.
So if we want to know, is there, like budgetary things, or are we going to get into that in the next segment?
That's the next segment.
We're going to get into the budget next segment. Okay, we'll go there. So back on the GIS thing, I mean, are we using satellite information, or are we just we're converting the paper maps that have been there? And
Well, so we've been, over the past 20 years, we've been converting paper maps to digital data. And this is kind of the culmination of all that work, really. We've had a public GIS site out there for about 10 years, but this new platform gives us more flexibility on how we present the information to the public. So we do use satellite imagery. We acquire that every 2 years, and that helps us make sure our line work and such is accurate. But basically the day-to-day operations of planning or public works, these departments, we have a workflow to get information from an application process or something, and eventually into the GIS database.
that's cool. I didn't know if you were using Google Maps or something like that, with their overlays, or if you're just, using secret governmental stuff.
It's a mixture. It really is.
I tell you what, guys, we can take a quick break, and when we get back, we can get into some of the budgetary questions, also maybe some updates to the data and stuff like that.
Okay, real cool. And once again, we encourage you to go to the Gulf South Technology Solutions Facebook page at www.facebook.com/GulfSouthTech. Put in the keyword blog, B-L-O-G, this week's keyword, to win a free copy of Microsoft Office 2013 Professional. That's the full $400 retail value of the Microsoft Office suite, the whole productivity thing. So go to facebook.com/GulfSouthTech, put in the keyword blog, because we now have a blog coming off our Facebook, or it's on our Facebook page, but on our website. And so just to get all those things in there, come on to our Facebook page and put in blog. Get a copy of Office.
We'll take a quick time out. We'll be right back here on Tech Gumbo. It's Talk 107.3 WBRP.